Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here at the ribbon cutting of CrossFit Sweetwater.
Correct.
I want to welcome you to the community, welcome you especially to the chamber. We appreciate that you have decided to be a part of us. And the chamber is about helping people grow their businesses, so use us in any way that you can. We want to be available. We have a lot of events every month. We encourage you to come to those, network with the other businesses, and we'll do our very best to encourage you and help you to be success here in Douglas County.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
I sure will. I'd like to spend about 5 minutes, and the slides will do the talking, really, but I want to explain to you why a group of business people who are professionals who own their businesses, or I should say their businesses own them, their fathers, their parents, their grandparents, they're in their community, they're active in their church, why they would take the time to open such a business as this, to clean toilets and wash floors and pay rent and pay taxes and pay utilities when there are other CrossFits within driving distance within town. And the reason is they wanted something more. They wanted to create something more, and that's what we've got with CrossFit. Now, if some of you are afraid of CrossFit, I hope to take that fear out of you, because I know a lot of you have preconceived notions. But I would also like you to leave today with the vision, the mission that we want to do, and our core values without boring you with a lot of bullet statements. So with that, I'll get started. I'm one of several instructors here. We actually call ourselves coaches, and several of them in the room, Coach Amy, Coach Steve, quite a few people around here. We all come to this box, and we refer to this as a box affectionately. It's just walls, but what happens in here is very personal to us. It's very raw and very real. So we all come with different walks of life. I happen to have grown up in California, went to the Air Force Academy, graduated there, spent a career in the military. That was when I was commander of the 75th Fighter Squadron right after the First Gulf War in Kuwait. I have a degree in aeronautical engineering. I worked in laboratory experience, so I'm kind of the person who reads the scientific journals and brings the best of what science has to offer to what we're doing. So this is real, meaningful research. We are certified, not to say look at us, but we all are certified under CrossFit. We have other certifications on MoveNet, and we've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours at our craft and spent thousands of lifts to learn what we do. Many of the people travel to other states to go to seminars on lifting to bring the very, very best that we have. We're very experienced, and that's not to say look at us. It's to say we train to a standard, and you are safe here, and we know what to do, and we are skilled at what we're doing. My passion is this box and kettlebells, as well as the rest of them. Next slide, please. All right, this is what does not happen in this box. We don't scream at people. Little chocolate donuts are not on our training table. We're not a cheerleading camp. We don't use terrible form, and at least so far I haven't seen Zumba. We break into our little victory dances from time to time. We're not in a social club where things can go wrong. And so sometimes when we walk to, we're not trying to demean our other competition, but we walk in there and we go, gee, isn't that special? Next slide, please. We're different in that, like Frank Zappa says, you know, you're going to have to deviate from the norm if you want progress. What a great thought that is. It's built on the solid principles of Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, Patton, training people the way the military trains them, where there's something that you're going to be better in today, and tomorrow you're going to work harder and train harder. And we do train as a group, as a team. We fight as a team, and we win as a team. A little more on that later. We prepare you for life. This is not a gym. It's really a laboratory of human movement where we all help each other correct and get better. With no matter what problems we came in here, with what ailments we came in here, we work on it through nutrition, through rest, through teamwork, through functional moves. So we are a general preparedness program. Athletes who work on nutrition, rest, under something called constantly varied, high-intensity interval workouts. That doesn't mean much to you. We'll hopefully be a little bit later. But we work with goals. Everybody has goals, and you've got some that are off the wall. Every task that's put before you is scaled to you. It's in there, and you can do this task. You may have to reach down as deep as you can to pull it out. But when you're done with that day, you will know more about yourself, and you'll know more about your teammates, and you will be stronger and better, and you will bring this into the community. You'll bring it into your family. And the picture on the right, that's a normal person, a human being with normal DNA, just like the rest of us, normal genetic genes from their families. But if you train lean, mean, and eat clean, these will be the results. It's happening in here every day. And that's kind of the core of what we do philosophically. Next slide, please. You leave your ego at the door. Getting injured is not fitness. There's a coach in here, different from other gyms. The coach is the boss. If the coach says jump, you say how high. And you always say, ma'am or sir, may I have more? You come in with the right attitude. Everybody is positive in here. We are after enduring strength. That constantly varied intensity is intensity for you. It's scaled to you from what you can do, and it's different from the guys that are really lifting the heavy weight and girls, or if you're here just to bring up your fitness, mobility, and strength. So you can see on the left side, one of the athletes does not have the full pull-up, got the rubber band there to help them. The other athletes with it. The little girls next, those are high schoolers. Perfect form. We're not loading them up with weight, but they're getting stronger under perfect form. We move to the right before we load them up with weight. We're all working on our double unders and jump ropes and everything else, and we work those in the workouts to really give you a workout. And you see the coach up there, Coach Brad, assisting at probably one of the best tools you could ever have to get stronger is a set of gym rings. And we coach with that. Able to do things like climb ropes that you've never done before. So we have a new word for you, WODs, workout of the days. Those are benchmarked. Everything is measured. What we do is observable, measurable, repeatable. And we're always looking to see are we improving and where our weaknesses is, and that's where we work. We work on our weaknesses. So you see the one girl, Fran, there with the blue kettlebell down there, and the 17:44 is the time. Everything's measured. We do have an electronic logbook. We do that. But you also, by the end of the week, it's nice and cleaned up now. There'll be chalk marks down here, and that's our lives, and that represents what we've done this week, and we'll clean it all up. But it's real life. It's sweat. It's tears. It's you in here. It's your life. Next slide, please. Can it be life-changing? Well, yes, it can. That's one of our athletes that had an accident on the 17th of March, 2014. Many of us went over to visit her. She spent a week in surgery besides the left side of her face being broken in. Those are left and right wrists. Both of them were completely separated and broken off. A week of surgeries. And that's just her right wrist is all put together. So when that athlete is acting a little funny, you kind of ask her, "Got your screws loose today?" But that doctor, Dr. Payne, real name, at Grady Hospital, a wonderful surgeon, said, and who knew something pretty cool, knew about CrossFit, told that athlete, Seville, that you will never swing a kettlebell again. Well, we don't take no for answers. So through months of hard work, you can see the progress. And how many of you can hang by one arm? And she can. Next slide, please. So it will change lives. What is CrossFit? It's a sport. Is it a sport? We say it's the sport of fitness. That no matter what you get thrown in life, can you handle it? And so we all are on the way to the games. Even if it's only in this box. I'll explain that in just a minute. But you have to see yourself. You have to have a vision. If you want something to happen, you have to visualize it to make it happen. And so we've got some practice in here in the center. You see those 3 lifts. That's athlete Mari. We're photographing there so we can actually analyze what's going on. That's a jerk. She's got the weight up on her shoulders. She's doing a dip, drive, dip, and a stand-up for a beautiful jerk. We can analyze her form. We've got different athletes working on different things in here. We're after form. Why are we after form? Because the more efficiently we can move as human beings. That's why we have this brain. We move. The less energy that you can leak out, the stronger, the quicker, the better you'll be, and the more survivable. Starting in the spring, we will have the Open, where all the athletes will compete against the hundreds and thousands of million athletes all over the world, in Africa, in China, everywhere. Norway, Antarctica, they will all be competing against each other to see who's going to go to the games. The best of those, there'll be 5 WODs, workouts a day, given the week. We have certified coaches in here that grade them. We send their scores in. It's all registered. The best of those go to regionals. Those that survive that contest go to the sectionals. And the best of those end up in the games. They're at the Home Depot Dome out in arena in LA. And I think you've seen some of that on there. But every one of those athletes is working in this beautiful form. Next slide, please. No matter what the weather, are we crazy? Yeah, we're there. If it's snowing, raining, it don't matter. We're in here because that weight really does not care what the weather is. And in summer, it gets pretty hot here. Winter, it's nice and cool. If they're working on their rowing machine in an interval, and that last set they were able to get 2 minutes and 12 seconds on their 500-meter row, they want to get it down to 2:09 or 2:10, something better, every time better. Is their form good? Are they doing it correctly? Are they loading up the weight? All right? There's no excuses. There are no excuses. No matter what you were given in life, you can get better. And we have some real heroes out here like Muhammad Ali. You know, really, make every day count. And that voice inside you that you may have that says, I can't do this, it's crazy, that voice is a liar. And we do this by surrounding ourselves with very, very positive people. Everybody in here, and this is the secret we're getting to why this is different. I mean, we could drive to these other places, but we created this. We took our time out to create this box, is because of one key thing. Next slide, please. And that's the family. We help each other. We are together as a team. And no matter what, in the middle of the night, you know, I'm gone. My wife can call anybody in here, and they're there at their house to help, no matter what. And that goes for everybody. We help each other, we encourage each other, and we extend that to everybody in Douglasville. This is an asset here at Douglasville. It does not exist in other places. So we're a team, whether it's the kids coming in. I'll tell you, these kids that come in here every day in that room, they think this is normal life. They think all people do this, and that's a great thing because we're changing their lives. Husbands and wives come in here. They grow together. They help each other. It's another avenue to be a stronger team at home. Groups of friends, no matter what, we're all together. And you see over there the 2 high school girls. They're helping each other lift to be sure that form is perfect. Where else in life does that happen? It just doesn't happen. And we get together as a team. Now, I've used a lot of new language. The rule number 1 of CrossFit is always talk about CrossFit. But to understand CrossFit, we use a whole bunch of terminology you may not have understood. Next slide, please. That's us. That's our core values. That's our mission statement. That's how we operate. Do you have any questions whatsoever that I might be able to answer? Because we have a lot of people here who can answer. No? Thank you very, very much. Appreciate y'all.